Here are 3 cool ways to lace Nike Dunks, including loose lacing, bar lacing, and diamond lacing. Timestamps for each are down below. Let's get into it. Here's how to loose lace Nike Dunks. Begin by taking your lace, and what we're going to do is thread each lace end down into the very bottom eyelets on either side here, from above, just like this. Don't worry about pulling it all the way through, just pull it through a little bit, and I'll show you what to do. Then swap to the other one and take your lace end and feed it down into the very bottom eyelet on the other side from above as well. When you've pulled it through a little bit, take a hold of the laces, pinch them together like this, hold the shoe and pull them through. And what this will do is it'll mean your laces will come out of equal length, and it'll save you the hassle of faffing around trying to get them to be equal. If you do need to do that, don't worry, take a minute to pause it and then pick it back up. Then we're going to take this lace and we're going to bring it over the sneaker tongue and down into the next empty eyelet on this side from above. So just pull it through like that. And you don't want to pull it through too tight, you want to leave just a little bit of slack like this for when your foot slides inside the shoe. Then swap to the other lace, bring it over the sneaker tongue and down into the next empty eyelet on this side from above, and just pull it through. You can play the video on half speed or pause as much as you want if you need a little more time. There's absolutely no rush, you can just follow along with me. Then keep a hold of this lace that we've just used, take it over the sneaker tongue again and down into the next empty eyelet on the other side, pulling it through. Remember to leave a little bit of slack. Then go ahead, grab the other one, bring it over the sneaker tongue, down into the next empty eyelet on the other side. Then we are just going to keep a hold of this one, bring it over, down into the next empty eyelet on this side, just like that. Swap back to the other one, do the same. Take it over the sneaker tongue and into the next empty eyelet. Looking good. You might want to take a sec here to make sure your laces are crossing nicely and looking nice and crisp. Then we're going to keep a hold of this lace, bring it over. And we always want to be making sure there's no twists or turns in the laces so the pattern comes out great. And we're going to take that lace end, you guessed it, down into the next empty eyelet on the other side. And mine does have a twist, so yeah, just take a minute if you get any twists to just fix it. Like I said, there's no rush. Swap back to the other lace, and we're going to bring it down into the next empty eyelet on the other side. Looking good. Now, on my sneakers, I've reached the top 2 eyelets here. If you have a bigger or a smaller size than me, you might have more or less eyelets, but I would just say keep following the pattern in the exact same way. But when you get to the last 2 eyelets, we're going to take a hold of this lace and we're going to go down into the next available eyelet from above for the last time, and then I'll show you what to do with the final eyelet in a minute. Swap back to the other lace, go down into the second eyelet from the top, from above, just like we did on the other side. And now we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to keep a hold of this lace, and for the very final eyelet, we're going to go up into it from underneath this time. So just pull that back, find the eyelet, and pull it through. And we're going to pull it through around about this much. Don't worry about this excess here, I'll show you what to do with it in a minute. Swap back to the other lace, and we're going to bring it up into the other eyelet on the other side, from underneath, just like we did. And we're going to pull around about the same through on that side as well. Now you may be wondering, what do we do with these excess laces? Literally just take them and tuck them underneath the sneaker tongue. When you slip your foot inside the shoe, they'll just sit on top of your foot. They're super soft and they won't bother your feet at all. And it keeps the pattern looking really crisp. Repeat on the other shoe and you'll have a really awesome pair of loose lace Nike Dunks. If you found the info in this video helpful, please hit the like button for me to help it reach more people, and consider subscribing for more sneaker lacing content. I have loads of videos available for you guys. Thanks a lot! Here's how to bar lace Nike Dunks. Start by taking your lace And what we're going to do is we're going to thread each lace end down into the two very bottom eyelets here from above. So just pull that lace end through, don't pull it through all the way, pop it out the way. Swap to the other one and take the lace end down into the very bottom eyelet on the other side from above, just like I'm doing. Now, when your laces are like this, just pinch them, take a hold of the sneaker and pull them through. And what this will do is it will mean your laces come out of equal length. If yours haven't, don't worry, just spend a minute there making sure they're both of equal length before we get started. So now we have our first little bar of our pattern. What we're going to do is keep a hold of this lace and we're going to skip the next eyelet up, and instead we're going to go into the one above that from underneath. So that should be the third eyelet up from the bottom. So go up into that eyelet from underneath this time, just like I'm doing here. Pull it through like that. And then we're going to take it over the sneaker tongue and down into the corresponding eyelet on the other side from above, just like that, to create a bar. So now you should be left with two eyelets here empty. We're going to fill them in with the other lace. So take a hold of this lace and we're going to go up into the empty eyelet on this side from underneath, just like I'm doing here. So just wiggle that lace end through like that. Pull it through. Great. Take it over the sneaker tongue and down into that empty eyelet on the other side from above this time. Now remember, you can play this video on half speed or pause as much as you want. There's no rush. Just go at your own pace until you get the pattern looking right. Awesome, so that's 3 bars done. Keep a hold of this lace and we want to feed it underneath this bar here. Let's just pull it through underneath there, like that. So we've got some good range of movement. And we're going to repeat that process again. We're going to skip the next eyelet up. And instead, we're going to go into the one above that from underneath. Just like this, leaving that next eyelet empty. Then we're going to keep a hold of this lace, take it over the sneaker tongue, and down into the corresponding eyelet on the other side. Like this. Awesome. Put that lace out the way, swap back to the other one, and it's time to fill in these eyelets here that are empty. So we're going to take the lace end and we're going to go into this eyelet here from underneath. Pull it through. Looking good. And then we're going to bring it over the sneaker tongue and down into the empty eyelet on the other side here, just to fill it in. Great. Then we're going to keep a hold of this lace, feed it underneath this bar here, so we have good range of movement. And while you're doing this, little bits of material might come from out of your eyelets, so don't worry, that's totally normal, sneaker dust. Take a hold of this lace, and we're going to do something a little bit different this time. Instead of skipping an eyelet on this side, we're actually going to go into the next empty eyelet from underneath. So we're not skipping one this time, we're just filling in this eyelet here. Pull it through, bring it over the sneaker tongue, and down into the corresponding eyelet on the other side, remembering we're not skipping an eyelet this time. Swap back to the other lace, make sure it's underneath that bar we've just done, like that, so they both come out here. And then what we're going to do to secure these laces so they don't come undone while you're walking is we're just going to tie them in a loose knot together, like this, and then literally just drop them down inside the sneaker. Now those laces won't bother your feet, they're super soft. And tying them like that means that they'll just slip on and you won't need to tie a lace bow each time, and it keeps the pattern looking nice and crisp without a bow. Take a minute just to adjust all of your bars there. And then when you're done, repeat on the other shoe and you'll have a really awesome pair of bar lace Nike Dunks. If you found the info in this video helpful, please hit the like button for me to help it reach more people, and consider subscribing for more sneaker lacing content. I have loads of videos available to help inspire you guys. Thanks! Here's how to diamond lace Nike Dunks. Begin by taking your lace, and we're just going to feed each lace end up into the very bottom eyelet on either side. So there's one. Here's the other. Just feed it up into that. And then take a second to make sure your laces are of equal length before we continue. So just pull them together and spend a moment doing that. Great, then we're going to keep a hold of this lace, and what we're going to do is we're going to take it over the sneaker tongue and down into the third eyelet up from the bottom on this side. So we're making sure we're skipping that second eyelet there and leaving it empty, if that makes sense. Pop that lace out the way, swap to the other one, bring it over the sneaker tongue and down into the third eyelet up from the bottom on the other side as well, from above, just like this to create this X shape. Now remember, you can play this video on half speed or pause as much as you want. There's literally no rush, go at your own pace. Then we're going to keep a hold of this lace and we're going to bring it underneath that little X there, just like that, and up into that second empty eyelet here from underneath. So bring it up through that eyelet, bring it a little closer so you can see what I mean. Pull it through. Great, and then we're going to do the same on the other side with the other lace. So bring it underneath the little X and up through that empty eyelet here. Awesome. So your laces should be coming out here. Then we're going to repeat that pattern again. Take a hold of this lace and we're going to bring it over, and instead of going down into the next empty eyelet, we're going to skip one and go down into the one above that, making sure we're leaving an eyelet empty on that side. Do the same on the other. Take the lace over the sneaker tongue, skip an eyelet, and take it down into the next one, leaving an eyelet empty. Cool. Keep a hold of this lace. And what we're going to do is we're going to feed it underneath the little X here and up through the empty eyelet, just like we did before. Pull it through. Swap back to this one. Bring it underneath and up through the empty eyelet here. So it can be a little tricky to see because I'm using pandas and the laces are black, but you can see what I mean when it's coming through like that. Awesome, so we're going to do something a little bit different this time. Instead of skipping an eyelet with this lace, we're going to take it over the sneaker tongue and down into the next empty eyelet here, instead of skipping one. So just pull it down into that. Let's make another little X. Swap back to the other lace, take it over the sneaker tongue and down into the next empty eyelet without skipping one this time. Let's finish it off like that. Awesome. Then what you want to do here is take your excess laces and we're going to bow them really loosely further up the laces like this. Or you can knot them, whichever you prefer. When you have that loose bow, go ahead and just tuck it down inside the sneaker and it will sit out of the way on top of your foot. Now these laces are super soft, it shouldn't bother your foot at all, and it will keep that pattern in place and allow you to slip your feet in and out without the need for tying them each time. Repeat on the other sneaker and you'll have a pair of really awesome looking diamond lace Nike Dunks. If you found the info in this video helpful, please hit the like button for me to help it reach more people, and consider subscribing for more sneaker lacing content. I have loads of videos available to help inspire you guys. Thanks!